Good morning, minions. Mr. Pass here on a Thursday morning in beautiful London, having my Earl Grey tea. Not as good as it was at the Landmark. But today we are on our way to Oxford to visit Oxford University and the Oxford Library, and to visit, there's an announcement going on, and to visit the Eagle and Child Pub, where C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien used to meet and collaborate. And that'll be fun. So we're just waiting for the time to board our train, and then we'll be on our way, and I'll be back with you when we're in Oxford. By the way, how's my outfit today? Mrs. Pass says I should dress like this all the time. What do you guys think? I don't know. I'll see you in a minute. Hello, minions. We are now on the train headed to Oxford, and I'm going to just show you guys a little bit of the countryside that we're going through. As you can see, once you get outside of London, it's very bucolic scenery. Lots of open space, open fields, and quaint little villages. So, lots of sheep. You probably couldn't see them, but there were lots of sheep out there. Alright, I'll be back with you in a little bit. A misty, foggy morning today. See all this farmland, open fields, little streams. It's just so nice just riding the train and just seeing these things. It's like something out of a movie done. Okay, guys, we have just gotten off the train and we are walking in Oxford, and we are going to go and visit the university and the library, and we're also going to wander around a little bit and just see what we see. So stay tuned. Well, we're here in Oxford, and the first thing we come to is this little open-air market, kind of like a swap meet, kind of like a farmer's market kind of thing, but really cool stuff. I mean, everything from, like right here, this person's selling clothes, this person over here is selling bicycles. I've seen some really great books from the 1800s. I might have to pick up a couple of more books. I know what you guys are thinking. Mr. Pass, you are so lucky that you can pick up these books. We wish we could pick up books so we could read more of them, because we love reading. That's what you're thinking. You might not know you're thinking it, but that is what you're thinking. Check out these pocket binoculars. Look at this. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to turn the camera around and let you guys see some of this stuff. Just a little market just set up here. Again, one of the great things about being here is seeing all the different buildings. And check this out. Right next to this building is this little old building called the Grapes. And it's a little cocktail sandwich bar. Oxford's a pretty bustling little place. Some more great buildings. And minions, this right here is the Saxon Tower. St. Michael's at the North Gate. See, they even named buildings after me. And then check it, look at this old, oh, look at this. That's probably Tudor era. Just amazing. So we're walking around in the covered market here in Oxford, and look what we come upon. First, we come upon this great produce stand, right? But then we come over here and, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is meat. Those are pheasants. And that makes Mr. Pass really happy right there. And look at this. They've got guinea fowl and quail and pigeon breasts and wild pigeons and poutine and duck legs. Duck eggs and sausages and bacon. There's another quarter of a cow, quarter of a side there. And oxtail and filet and lamb shanks and chicken and rump roast. And ox cheek. Okay, guys, here we are at David John Quality Meat Home Cooked Meats and Pies. Check this out. We got some pork pies. We got turkey and cranberry, pork and apple, pork and Stilton, pork and black pudding, huntsman pie, pork and leek pie, game pie. And then look down here, we got more. This is just cool that you can just come and just... Oh, look, there's Oxford sauce. I believe that's the famous brown sauce, which is kind of like Heinz 57, but not really. So still walking around and running across these old little cemeteries. A lot of them are so old and worn that you can't read the inscriptions on them. This is here at the corner of Magdalen Street. Got an old tomb there, a little crypt. Just right in the middle of the town. See, there's the buildings right there. There's a church right there that it belongs to. Here with the church where that little cemetery belongs to, and look at this door. That door is tiny. Fascinating. So neat seeing all this stuff. So here's some more of the cemetery. It's on the other side of the church. We're at St. Mary Magdalene Church. Guys, I've been waiting for this. Here we are at the Eagle and Child. This is the pub where J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis used to meet and have a couple of pints and have their famous chats. And now I get to go in here and be a part of that. Come on in with me. Okay, so we're in here in the Eagle and Child, and this place is fantastic. We're in this quaint little room looking right onto the street, and Mrs. Pass is having a pork and cider pie, and I'm having a steak, ale, and mushroom pie, and a little apple cider to wash it down. But it's really surreal to be sitting here, and there's a beam on in the restaurant that has a quote from C.S. Lewis that I'll share with you guys after this part of the video here. But for now, we're going to eat, and then we're going to head on to Oxford University. See you guys in a bit. Well, we finished our lunch at the Eagle and Child, or as it's locally known, the Bird and Baby. And right now we're going to jump in here and look at a bookstore. And then we're going to go to the Bodleian Library and see that. Guys, again, I know I keep repeating myself with this, but just walking around and seeing these buildings is just fantastic. I'm going to turn the camera around and let you guys see a couple of buildings that we just passed. Now we're coming down a little side street here, And this is
Oh, no, you're fine.
good. This is the reason that we came to Oxford, right here. Well, we're in the courtyard of the old Bodleian Library, and we're about to go in and take our tour. I'm hoping I can get some footage in there. I don't know if they allow that or not, but we're going to find out. And we'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, so I just found out that there are some places that we can take video, but in the actual library we cannot. So I'm going to have to just describe that to you guys later. But first, here's Mrs. Pass. How is it being in Oxford?
It's really cool. Not quite as cool as Canterbury, but it's pretty cool.
And why do you want to see a library?
I love libraries, and this is like one of the oldest ones around that still works. I mean, it's still people to visit and check books out and stuff. It's really cool.
And the cool thing is while we've been waiting, this is a university, and there are students in classes and walking around, and we're getting to hear, little snatches of comments or conversations about what classes they're taking and what their assignments are doing, and all the normal stuff that you would hear college students discussing. And it's kind of interesting to think that, because you're talking about Oxford, but it's a college like any other college. So I'll bring you guys what I can, and see you in a little bit. Minions, I have to tell you. Hold on, I have to put my hat on because my head's a little cold. We just left the Bodleian Library, and I expected it to be an incredible experience, and in reality, I couldn't even imagine the experience that I just had. I actually touched, I don't think I was really supposed to, but I did. I touched books that were 600 years old. We saw, that'll be important to you guys, we saw where the scene from Harry Potter when he was in the Forbidden Books section. And I'm so giddy. I'm so giddy right now. Mrs. Pass just has this smile on her face. We walked in, the ceilings. This thing. When did they say that it was built? 14? No, 16.
No, it was built. The original one was old, but then the books were burned in the 1400s.
Okay, so you guys, we're going to be talking about the way England changed from being a Catholic nation to a Protestant nation, and it actually made that change a couple of times. And the not funny, but the interesting thing is that when they changed to a Protestant nation the first time under King Henry VIII, they actually came to this library and burned all of the books.
Because they were too popish.
Because they were too popish, which means they were too Catholic, which they weren't. They were making a point. So the other interesting thing for that is that later, when they switched back over to Catholicism, the Queen actually had the guy who led the book burning, who was in charge of that, she had him tried in that very library room and then had him burned alive in the streets. This is the kind of thing that I want to bring to you guys with history.
Not burn
It's
in the
not
streets,
just
but,
no. I don't want to burn you in the streets. That's not what I want. I mean, well,
Sometimes.
no, no, I won't burn people in the streets. But honestly, it's those kinds of things that light me up about history. That we see the struggle between, this side and that side, and we're seeing it in our own day right now, and we think that it's worse now than it has ever been. But we're not burning people in the streets. We're not sending people out to get be beheaded. Some people are calling for that, but we're not doing it, right? Also, you should know that as old as these universities are, and I'll explain to you how the university works here, there is no actual Oxford University. It's a collection of colleges in the city of Oxford, and it was the first to do it that way. And this library was the first to have a full-time librarian. And this librarian here, the first one here at Bodleian, was the one who helped to organize how books are categorized
And put on shelves.
so that they can be easily auctioned. Because before, a library might have, listen, this library started out with 258 books. 258 books that were donated. It now has over 13 million books. Every single thing that is printed in the UK, a copy of it is placed in the treasury of that library. And everything. As a matter of fact, they have Shakespeare's original portfolio. But at first, when they had the chance to buy it, they passed on it because the person in charge at the time said that it wasn't going to be worth anything. Shakespeare. And so now they have a copy of everything, because the idea is you don't know how much something's going to be worth. You don't know what kind of impact it's going to have. So we want to collect everything, and we'll have it. This trip just keeps getting better and better, guys. It's so great, and I know that you probably have a hard time understanding how I can get so jacked up and excited about this, but this is why I teach. This is why I do what I do. Why I'm so passionate about it, because I'm sitting here in the middle of a medieval city at one of the oldest universities in the Western Hemisphere, and I'm able to continue that by teaching you and by bringing you through your journey of education. So I'm going to catch my breath here. Mrs. Pass is in a souvenir shop, so we'll go inside and check out, see what she's doing, but I will probably be back with you guys a little bit later, maybe on the train back to London. Okay? I'll be back in a little while. So we just got off the train. I wanted to show you guys this. This is really cool. They have bicycle storage here. Hold on. Check this out. So you can store your bicycle here at the train station, and like this right here, you pull it out, and then it drops down, and you can load your bike up on it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty smart there. Okay, Minion. Well, we're going to call it a day. It's been a pretty big day. Mrs. Pass and I walked probably about 5 miles today altogether. And I guess altogether we're at about 25 miles or something like that.
But I wanted to take this time to wish you guys, I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. I hope that you guys are conducting yourselves well. I know that there was an issue with Mrs. Janowitz, and she had to leave, and you guys have another sub, and she's sorry for that. I'm sorry for that, but you guys know how to conduct yourselves, and so I'm not worried that anything's going to be different when I get back. Okay, so excuse me. I'm having so much fun here, but I got to be honest with you, I'm not getting a whole lot of rest. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Tomorrow, we're going to the British Library, and we're going to go do some sightseeing. Our friend Franz Kircher from Berlin is flying in tomorrow, and we're going to spend tomorrow and some of Saturday with him. And on Saturday, we're going to be going to Portobello Road and doing some more sightseeing. So hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying doing it, because I'm having a blast. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Okay? Good night and happy Valentine's Day.